fucking bad. Because my battery's low. Damn it. Where is the battery at? Oh, it's at 90. So I'm the idiot. Like, legitimately. Grumble, grumble. Another night in the car. Wishing that I could find a way to bring myself to play the piano. However, like, I can't find the fucking determination to go and play the piano in front of y'all. Like, I want to play all my songs in front of y'all. I want to show all of my songs. And yet, here I am in the car. Every time I would go to do it, every time I go to do it, I don't know what happens. It's like all of a sudden I'm just like, I can't handle it. It's ridiculous. Excuse me. But I just found out that, like, I do have a low testosterone count. Like, which I guess at my age isn't that surprising. But, like, your testosterone count is supposed to be fucking cotton mouth. Your testosterone count is supposed to be between like 200 and 1,000, and mine's at like about 300, so it's low. So come tomorrow, I have to start like a year-long program of just taking these TRT pills so that I can get my testosterone back up where it needs to be. And like the way that I'm looking into it is that hopefully it'll get rid of this depression and anxiety that I have all the time. Hopefully it'll get rid of that, because like if that could go back to the way I was feeling when I was in my like 20s and stuff like that, I would have the determination and the motivation to like make the type of music that I want, like to get back to making music in the first place. I make music, but it's like I make music because like once I sit down and get going, I can do that. But like now I finally found out, it's like it's shitty to find out. I like all sorts of music, rock and K-Ranch. I can't say any genre is better than the other, because every single genre has an awesome song in it. So, like, I'm not going to judge a song by what genre it's in. A good song is a good song. If it resonates with you, then that's a good song. The type of music that I play at the moment, my band, The Box Ghost, is lo-fi rock. Just because I don't have the ability to, yeah, of course I've heard of Shinedown. I know how to play, Broken by Shinedown with Amy Lee. I know how to play that on the piano. I don't like starting fires, actually. Fires are really scary. I don't need a lighter anymore because I use a vape pen. Oh, Jesus. This guy's calling me out online. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. What do I do? No, seriously. What's up, Mike? Have I heard of the Killers? Yes, they're a secret, like, love of mine, even though, like, the reason I can't get behind the Killers is that they're all Mormons. Like, so it's just like, oh, like, that doesn't make them bad people. It's just that, like, their religion teaches bad lessons. But, you know, they do make good music, though. And there's one thing I'll give to the Killers. If you go to see them live, like, their music is just as good as it is on the album. And that's really good. Well, I mean, the Killers is like, they're really good. They're solid. Like they are a solid band. They like when you go hear them live, they don't screw up. Like they do not screw up. Like it sounds like you're listening to the album. It's awesome. But like when I found out they're all Mormons, I'm like, oh jeez, dude. I've never been on the Trump wagon. What? Fuck Donald Trump. I hate that piece of shit. I hope he dies right this second. Like, legitimately. Anyway, I don't think they have a mindset of perfection, in total honesty. Just in the, like, they have the mindset of a band. You know? Travis, if it was a different perspective, I'm sorry that you thought that way, but I fucking hate Donald Trump, okay? He's the worst thing to ever happen to America in ever, period. The fact that half of our country is retarded enough to put someone with as low of IQ as Donald Trump as a president actually makes me fucking ashamed. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are kick-ass. I love them. I've got my problems with Anthony Kiedis. He seems to like young ladies a real lot. But, like, I do love the Red Hot Chili Peppers music. Their song Can't Stop, it, like, influenced me for a bit when I was in high school. I look like Markiplier's dad. I take that as a compliment because Markiplier is a handsome young gentleman. Thank you for the sub, Mike. I appreciate it very much. I'm trying to make my way up to 1,000 subs. Trying to get to 1,000 subs, and I'll tell you why. Here's the reason why. The reason why is because I want to make music as a project. Like, I want to have the ability to have that as a career, but like not just performing. Like I want to open up my own LLC and like start being a producer, because I went to college for producing. Thank you, Brandy Hurley. I appreciate it very much, even though you are confused. Yeah, what's up, man? Ask me any questions, absolutely. But I'm gonna continue before you ask. Like I want to continue making music, and the big point is like open an LLC, start a studio so that bands that are trying to make it have someone that can, give them a good quality of like of what they're trying to record, so they can get out there and try to get big themselves. Because my band didn't have that. We didn't have that luck. Back in the day, when my band was doing it, it was gatekeeping like crazy. There was so much gatekeeping. People were like, is this band good enough? Are you good enough to let us record you? To deign to ask us to record you, even though you're paying us fucking money, and by the way, we're gonna do a shitty job. We're not gonna tell you that beforehand, but we're gonna record your stuff and then try to market and then try to get the copyright rights on it, so that if it does get famous, then we make the money and you don't. That's the way it was back in the day. It's the way it was now. If you have a band, or if you're in a music project, or if you're going to get into a music project with me, then fuck the major studios, okay? Fuck those guys. Like, those guys don't give a shit about actual artistic expression or meaning behind music, or that some bands are actually out there to create a good message. Like, they don't care about that. What it is money, 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 money. Roselle, am I okay? I'm actually very much okay, but when it comes to this topic of the music industry, I get very impassioned about it because I've been involved in it for like about 20 years now, and watching it change has been very. It sucks because like bands that used to be garage bands, they formed when they were in high school. They were garage bands, whatever, or they were just some guys that like met up and like had their band. Then they had the ability. They had the ability to get discovered by people around their area, and then that's what would make them popular, which would get music scouts to come to the area and check out that band. And so you'd get bands that actually fucking gave a shit about the audience that they were performing to and the message that they were providing out with their music. Nowadays, it's just about the green, dude. It's just about the frog skin. Who gives a fuck about if a song has a good fucking message or not, or if it causes you to think for a split second outside of your fucking bubble? God forbid that happens, because then you'd have to have some introspective thought, but that's what good music does. And nowadays you have to dig. You have to go underground to find the really good music. And it's there. It's there. It is there. That's the thing. It's just that the companies don't fucking care that it's there. They don't care that there's really good musicians who would reside with the other music public, because their music has passion and soul and gravitas and a meaning behind it that these people cultivated through their life experiences, rather than just bringing in the next fucking rich kid, having someone who's written 15 fucking Grammy winning songs already write the damn thing so that they can sing it and then put it up for a fucking Grammy award. Are you fucking kidding me? The reason I get so crazy about this is because it's my world. It's my entire world. My entire life has been music. I started playing drums when I was fucking 8, and I took lessons until I was 18. And that whole time I was learning how to play guitar, and music's been nothing but my life. So no, I can't chill out about this, Rochelle. I can't chill out about it. Why would I aim low? No, I'm not gonna chill out because honestly, at this point, you want to aim low. If you have any self-respect as a musician, you want to aim slightly low. No, fuck that. If you want to succeed, go for the highest. No. I'm not gonna write songs about twerking and drinking and drugging and fucking all that bullshit. I'm not gonna do that. That's my point. The world isn't the USA. The world is not the USA, and a lot of the USA isn't the USA. In a sense that there are a lot of people here in the States. They give a shit about good music and want it to come back. So on top of YN music is, it's bad. It's bad, dude, and it has a bad what's the word I'm looking for? It has a bad it gives a bad example to the young generation, because if you believe that in order to be cool, your music has to be about killing folks and selling shit and like literally describing murders. Like you're not gonna pretend that King Von wasn't a serial killer, okay? Like King Von killed 7 people, dude, and he had so much money. I can afford better than Coors Banquet. Hubert Jazzman. If you're a real jazz person, then like, why are you such a fucking dick? Like, seriously. Like, jazz musicians are some of the coolest people that I've met. And yet, here you are. Like, being a fucking cock. Like, just a cock. Like, just a fucking bellend, dude. Like, seriously. Like just an absolute asshole. Like, the chillest of people are jazz musicians. And yet, there you are. You have to be the one dude that shits in the apple pie. I don't care if they report my stream. You know why I don't care? Because, like, that's the real fucking, like, I joined YouTube when you could do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you could post shit that had swears in it and gave you, like, you could say what you fucking want. You know, and if people didn't like it, you know, they wouldn't go to your channel. It's that easy. They just wouldn't have it. But now the companies own the damn thing. And you little fucking motherfuckers think that, like, you know, why don't I just use the company as my personal Gestapo against someone that I don't like listening to, when you literally have the ability to just go whoop like that with your finger and completely be off my channel. I'm not a dad, by the way. I would be the best dad. And the reason I say that is because I had a son once. And it was like the greatest feeling in the world. Like, absolute best feeling I've ever had. It's not meth. Right now I'm just like turned the hell up. But you know, that's a whole nother story. He turned out not to be mine. It's not Flake either. Like, good guess though. But no, I've been sober for 4 years, but you're late to the party, but good, you know, good try. My son turned out not to be my son. Yeah. Which, I'm just going to say right off the bat, if you have a baby, get a fucking paternity test right off the bat. Because my son, you know, I fucking like thought he was mine for like 2 weeks or like 2-3 weeks. I know that doesn't seem like much, but like after you've had a baby, like it's different. Like, and when I held that little homunculus to my chest for the first time, you know, he was crying. He was having a tough time, you know, and so I held him to my chest. Well, I held him first, like a baby, like normally, like how you regularly cradle a baby, like, and he was upset. So I pulled him up to my chest and I pulled him close, and he just stopped crying. And the funny part about that, like, is that like I used to sing Radiohead, through his mama's tummy, so that he could hear it when he was kicking in her tummy. I would sing Radiohead, usually Creep, because that was mine and my ex's song at the time. So I would sing that through her belly. So clearly he couldn't understand anything, but he recognized that low voice tone, you know. So when I finally talked to him, like when he finally heard my voice, like up close, like up against my chest, this is my normal talking voice, guys. You know, sorry about that. But like when I held him up, he just stopped crying, he and like even his aunties and his grandma sometimes when I would go to the hospital, he would he would be crying, he'd be fussy with all of them. But when I held him and I started like talking or I'd sing to him, Mr. Crinkle Pepper, yeah, right. Like, if I'd sung that, like, who would, the question is, who would he be now, right? But, that would be a good song to sing to him. Azura, pleasure to have you here. So yeah, like, he would calm down whenever I held him in my chest. And, do you mean the sound of silence? Because I do know how to sing the Disturbed version of that song and the Simon and Garfunkel version of that song. And I do love singing it. I would just need, like a backtrack, the rock song. Oh, can you hear the silence? Yes, I have heard it, but who am I? I'm no one, dude. My name's Christian Wounded Fox. I am a producer and a fucking musician. I don't give a shit, Austin. I am on a fucking journey to try to be a music success, if you will. Hello, Esther. My current two projects. Austin, it sounds like you failed because you're on YouTube fucking with me, and I'm no one. What kind of music do I do? It's post grunge. It depends. I have a band called the Box Ghost. Even though the Box Ghost is just me, I put it out as just like a band, kind of like Gorillaz. So like I've got the Box Ghost, and that's like lo-fi rock. I did actually. I had a single called "My How the Impact" that you can look up. It's by Messages of Ennui. That's Messages of ENNUI. That's ENNUI. You can look us up. We're on YouTube. Our producer was the bassist of Weezer. It's just called My How the Impact. My How the Impact. Like, My How the Impact. That was our first single. And that was produced by the bassist of Weezer. So if anybody else in here can fucking come up with something like that as far as music goes, stop shitting on me, okay? So it's not a band, it's just your stage name. Yes, I guess you could put it that way, yeah. But I treat it like a band, the Box Ghost. Now, Anadonia, which is my other project. My name on here is Invisible Planets. That was originally gonna be the title of the band. Was gonna be Invisible Planets, but I decided to go with Anadonia because it was reflecting more on how I felt at the time. I'm naming the new project that. But I have to get my hands on I already have an external sound card. I needed to get an external hard drive. Just look up Messages of Ennui on YouTube. We're there, dude. I know we are. Basically, just get the equipment that I need and then start making music again. Because Music's the one thing that I love to do, and it's the one thing that I would like to make a career out of. Because it's the thing that I find the most passion in. I've had the most passion in making music, and I like making costumes, but I like writing as well, creating entire stories. So I try to combine the two, where like I make an album where the entire album tells a story, that kind of thing. Please, from fishing. Please what? Fuck! I wish I could show you guys, like, my songs on the piano, because it gives such a better representation of what I can do and who I am as a person. Like, just performing. Like, I'm an awkward individual. Hill Stepdad, how you doing? Oi, Coconut Vents. Like, just the who I am as a musician is a better representation of who I am as a person. Thank you, Esquire. I really do appreciate it. I hope you like the songs that are on there. I'm not gonna lie, the ones that are up there by my channel right now, like my personal channel, the songs are not very good. And I'll be the first one to admit that. Am I sober right now? Yes. Well, I mean, it depends what you mean. I'm smoking some THC, but like, other than that, yeah. Just want to tell you that Jesus Christ loves you, and there is nothing that can change that. Cool, thanks. Thanks, Yeshua, for loving me, regardless, whatever. Cool, awesome. THC is tetrahydrocannabinol, also known as cannabis, or as you would know it, marijuana. But like, I am smoking a THC cartridge, which is a they break down the THC into an oil where you smoke it and you get higher than you would off of flour. And I need that shit because I have I wouldn't say I'm high. Like, that's, no. I'd say I'm excited, maybe a little, like, kooky right now because I'm on some of my medication from, like, that I'm actually prescribed. But, like, no, I'm not high. I know I seem high, but that's because you guys are normal. Yo, stepdad, you should try to quit because it's bad for you. I'm not a stepdad, number one. Number two, I'll quit when I feel as though I need to. There probably will be a time where it is prescribed. There will, hopefully there'll be a time where I don't need it as much, but right now I'm dealing with, like, it's major depressive disorder. I'm dealing with major depressive disorder, and my GP, my general practitioner. And then I went to a special clinic that was for doctors that just for mental health, and went there, did a whole lineup, setup. They really make sure that you're not like some junkie. And then, like, I got prescribed it. How old are you? Are you going to judge me by how old I am? Weaker. Whatever, dude. What's good, Triple F? Is that what I should call you? Should I call you Triple F? Like, I don't want to be rude. Thank you for not judging me. Personally, I know a lot of people who are junkies because I used to be one. I used to be a heroin junkie, and I What's up, Musky Face? Thank you for joining. I am sitting out in my car, enjoying a nice cartridge, and talking to you fine folks. We're back to that coconuts. I'm getting a feeling like you watch a lot of step-sibling porn. Not my place to say. Anyway. No, I mean, like, like, you've got distillates, which is that, like, that's what this is. Like, but then you've got, like, rosins that are, like, even stronger than that. What's on the agenda today? I don't know, honestly. It's like 10:17 where I am, so it's fucking late. Like, I should probably be, like, thinking of, like, no, I don't go to bed till, like, 1. I usually don't go to bed till, like, 1. For some reason, I just don't get tired at the same times, you know? As far as I know, psychiatrists don't and can't prescribe marijuana. Asher, I don't really give a shit what you do understand or anything like that, because I went through all the legal channels to get prescribed it, so, like, I don't deserve, like, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't deserve anything, I know, but you don't deserve an explanation either, so, there you go. I'm a minor, sir, I do not watch everything bad. Then get the fuck off my channel if you're a minor. I'm gonna fucking block you right now. Right this second. Goodbye. Jesus fuck. I don't want a fucking minor on my channel. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Why not travel to another country? Because dude, do you know how much money it takes to expat? Like, seriously. Cool, you're curious. Like, if you want to be curious, then, like, ask some questions in, like, in like a polite manner, like you actually want to know, and that you're not being a judgmental little person. Like, fuck, dude. Like, you know, like, fuck. Like, whatever. Ask your question again, because I don't remember it, because I am just fucking out of place right now, you know? Yeah, sure, man. And I do want to head to the Netherlands. Like, I fucking love that place. But, you know, at the same time, why the fuck should I leave the country that I was born in because some piece of shit is ruining it? I'll stay here till the day I fucking die to make sure that this country ends up the way that it should have been. You know? Yeah, I stood at a Pledge of Allegiance for like fucking 13 fucking years saying that, you know, the fucking, that, you know, with liberty and justice for all. So I'm gonna fucking stand by that, if you don't, you know? It wasn't a psychiatrist, Ashir. It's a different doctor altogether. Like, it's a type of psychiatrist, but it's not a, you know, the standard psychiatrist, you know? You have to go through a lot of red tape in order to get, in order to get a prescription for cannabis in America. They make it seem like it's easy because there's, you know, because there's dispensaries, and that does make it a lot easier. But, like, if you want the ability to not pay as much, then you know, that involves a doctor. Can't you just get a med card? No. I mean, like, I did, but at the time, I was going, okay, this is a weird thing. It was my own fault that I didn't get a med card. You know, I didn't get a med card because I was a fucking cokehead at the time. You know? And so, Yeah, so and then I stopped doing coke. But by the time I stopped, it was like too late to go in and get it. Um, they use it for anxiety. That's the main thing. Is that like I had general anxiety disorder, which like it's a weird. I think that's a weird way to put it, and I'll always put that like such a weird way um to put that general anxiety disorder. Doesn't it sound like basic anxiety disorder, like like just normal anxiety disorder? That's kind of what it puts across in my mind. But like what it means is that your general baseline of just like being normal is a state of heightened anxiety. No, I'm pretty sure you do. People with anxiety have a tendency to understand one another. I'm 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 not gonna lie to you, Isher. I'm a little self-conscious of my age, but I will say I'm 38. Okay. Um, my life did not go the way I wanted it to go. I am not where I want to be in my life right now. You know, Mike, it was a pleasure to have you here. I'd have you here anytime. Welcome back anytime you want. Please like and subscribe. I promise it's more than just me babbling, it's music too. No, yeah, it's mostly music on here that I'm aiming for. I'm very grateful for that, Mike. Thank you very much. Um, keep your eyes out for the Box Ghost stuff in Anadonia. If you want to have fun, the Box Ghost. If you want to think and be serious, Anadonia. Those are my projects. Thanks, brother. I will. You have a good night too. Yeah, I'll try. I will try my damnedest tomorrow to put on a live stream and play my songs. I will try my damnedest. I really will. I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. I went to the men's clinic today, and it turns out the reason that I've been so depressed and the reason why I don't have like the motivation and determination that I used to is because I have low testosterone count. Like, your testosterone count is supposed to be between 200 and 1,000, and mine's at like 300. Like, so come tomorrow, I'm being put on a TRT plan, and hopefully, but I'm more hoping for that to help me get through this fucking toxic mind place that I've been in for years, and be able to feel the fullness and the happiness and the drive and the joy that I got, 20 years ago, when I was in my band and things like that. I really hope for that. I don't want to be one of those FFB, like IFBB bodybuilders or a fucking influencer that. Oh yeah, definitely into therapy. Absolutely. I'm currently looking for a new therapist just because I was on Vivitrol, which is if you don't know, it's for those who don't know, it's a medication that you get an injection once a month, and it blocks your opiate receptors, so that if you do opiates, not only will it not work, it'll make you insanely sick. Like, so it gives you very good a reason to not do opiates. But like with that came a therapist. And so yeah, I'm very much into therapy. In fact, I'm actually going to college to become a therapist. Because I want to help other people that are trying to get clean. It's a really hard journey, it's a journey that not a lot of people think they can get through. And yeah, therapy with meds is what helped me so far too. I friggin' know what. Thank you, Triple F. What's up, Riaz? What can I help you with? It is. It's a terrible journey. I tell people it'll take things from you that you didn't know you had until it takes it from you. I would rather watch a tree grow. Because I figure if I can watch a tree grow, like, if I get to watch the whole thing grow, that, like, gives me a ability to have a longer life. Because trees grow so slow. So, that'd be pretty cool, living a couple hundred years. That'd be pretty cool, man. You get to see the change. You get to see the change, my man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I think. But I know that was a joke about black people, so go fuck yourself. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm looking for one right now. I'm looking for a therapist at the moment. And, why did you left the last one, though? Oh, because I wasn't on the Vivitrol or naloxone anymore, because I have no desire to do opiates anymore. Fuck that. Like, nah. I'm good. I've been through that life. Since I wasn't on the drugs anymore, they don't give you a therapist there. Like, welcome to the American health system. You know, if you're not paying your insurance for the drugs to keep you off the other drugs, then they can't give you a therapist. You know, God forbid you actually get mentally healthier so that you don't get back on drugs. You know, I'm like, ugh. Welcome to America, you know? I know, right? That's what I thought. I'm like, I thought you wanted to keep us clean. Hi, Russell. Welcome to America. Like, go back to the UK. It's better there. It's better there. Like, no, seriously, welcome, though. I'll never forget seeing one of the side effects. Yes, that is a weird thing. That one of the side effects from antidepressants is depression. However, when they put me on, that's a good idea, Roselle. That is a fantastic plan. I would follow you there. I want to go to the UK and just stay there. But that's me. Anyway, but yeah. You can't get the therapy unless you're on the drugs to make you not able to do opiates. I would like to go to Ireland as well. I've heard it's extremely expensive. I don't know that though. Like, yeah, okay, I got that one already, yeah. Yes, one of the side effects of antidepressants is depression. However, it's weird to say, but your brain knows, like, when it's the drug. Have a good night, Triple F, alright? Be safe, and be good, and be well, okay? It was great having you here. But, like, because when they put me on Prozac, which is, like, you know, when everyone thinks antidepressant, they think Prozac, you know? Sure, sometimes therapy's enough. For me, it wasn't. You know, for some people, it's not. Those side effects are so unbelievably low. And that's the thing, dude. If you take any medication, there's side effects. And some of them are pretty hardcore. They're rare, though. But Prozac, suddenly when I was on it, I got more depressed. Like, I got down to, like, suicidal risk of depressed. But suddenly, but my brain knew that, like, this isn't us. This is the drug. So I got taken off of it right away. And I got put on citalopram and then moved over to escitalopram. And that's where I'm on now. And honestly, it works. So the people that say that, like, you don't need meds and shit like that, like, yes, you fucking well do. You wouldn't want to be around me if I wasn't on meds. Like, even if you wanted to be around me if I was on meds. You know, when I am on meds. But, like, you know, it makes you... Meds don't make you into another person. They make you into who you're supposed to be. You know, they bring your brain back down to a place where where you finally feel in control of your own thoughts and what you're doing again. That's a very good point, Goose Frubba. Goose Frubba. I get it. Wish I could have been prescribed your meds. It takes a long time to get prescribed the meds that I was doing. I had to go through like 4 or 5 different medications to figure out what the right thing was. You should be seeing a therapist at the same time that you're taking your medication. Like, it's a double-edged, it's a two thing. You have to work in order to, like, get yourself back together. Like, and you know that. Now, I'm not trying to be pedantic with that. It's just like, it's totally like something where you need to put in effort in order to see results. Are you talking about The Shining? I haven't prayed today. I will never pray. It's not personal. I just don't believe in God. Yeah. Fixing yourself is unbelievably difficult, but it is worth the time you put into it. But I'm not gonna, you know, I will agree with you. It's really hard. There's a lot of, you know, you gotta tackle a lot of walls within yourself that are not comfortable. Oh! Anger management, right. I mean, I use anti-anxiety meds. I'm on clonazepam. You know, but, like, that's for emergency situations, things like that. Weed is legal in my state, yes. It should be around the entire country. And I don't say that as a pothead. I say that as, like, someone who's seen someone with Parkinson's that can't stop shaking, you know? And then when they smoke, no more shaking. So I'm all about it for medication, you know. You know, and I don't mind if someone's a pothead. You know, I don't mind if you smoke weed to just get lit. That is your business. But you have to understand that it is also a medication that can work on very serious diseases, like cancer even. When you get treatments from cancer, you get massively nauseous and sick from the radiation pills. My best friend's mother was, she had cancer, and they put her on a marijuana plan, on a cannabis plan, and it helped her to not be sick. It helped her to keep her food down, and and to not have that crazy nausea and shit like that. Yes, I'm in my car. Oh yeah, I'm in my car. I don't want to bother my mom inside when she's watching TV. So I don't want to bother her with my loud ass talking. Medieval dungeon. That's pretty cool though. I would be a rogue. I would. 10 times out of 10. What would you guys be in D&D? Like warrior, wizard, rogue? What would you be? I'm really sorry about that, Rosa. That's really bad. That's fucked up. That's a hard situation to be in. I know what a druid is. Come on. Who doesn't love casting spells? How cool would that be in real life? You just boom, fire. Boom, ice. Boom, electricity. How badass would that be? That would be so cool. But it would also be I know it would be hella dangerous. Because, so many people are so immature. They'd be yo, check this out. Electrocute, someone. And they'd be isn't that funny, dude? Isn't that funny? I just fucking killed that guy with electricity. That's some funny shit, bro. We should get that on fucking TikTok. Today on TikTok, we're going to Market Basket. We're gonna fucking light the whole fucking veggie department on fire. We're gonna make a broth in the floor. No, I'm just kidding. I'm losing my shit. Bradley Cooper Starker was in D&D movie. Oh, he was a bard. I'm not angry. I was trying to be funny. Yeah, I would always be a rogue, just because I like the ability to steal. The rogue ability has the ability to steal so well. Also, they have the stealth ability, which I fucking love. So even my main Renaissance costume is an assassin, which is another word for rogue. I guess. Let's face it, any of us that have played tabletop RPGs know that rogues are assassins, pretty much. But I have a Kitsune mask, and oh, that was Chris Pine. You're right. The tiny character dating the massive women. Are you talking about the YouTube shorts? Where the halfling was in love with the goblin girl? Or the orc girl, she was half orc, and I found her incredibly cute. She was so cute. Oh my god. I always like rogues, yeah, because they have the ability to be stealthy and steal shit. And it was more the stealth You know, I would always use that to my advantage. Like, I would always use a stealth. Like, and one thing that, like, people never think about, they're like, oh, you're facing, like, a dark wizardress, and she has insane power. Like, you know, hi, silly goose, hi. Like, and then, hi, Condi. Use Mr. character sex. I haven't seen the whole movie, so I don't know. But yeah, the one thing people never think about, they're like, you know, I love it when you throw something at the dungeon master that they have not been expecting. Like they're like, oh, you're facing an evil like wizardress, and they forget that like your character has crazy amounts of like charisma. So it's like, I'm gonna seduce her, and they're like, what? What? You're like, yeah, no, I have like 15 charisma points. I'm gonna seduce her. Like, no, and like, you can't do that. And it's like, bullshit, I can't. And then you roll like a 17. So you have to, so they have to just capitulate that you just like seduced their big baddie, that kind of shit. I've been getting into 4K lately, but I'm a casual. I only know Astrades, the short film, and the various animations, plus and Meat Canyon. Dude, you know more than I do about 40K. I don't know shit about 40K. Did you play Resident Evil Biohazard? Yeah, I didn't play it, but I saw videos of it, and it is amazing from what I've seen. And I love that they titled it Resident Evil Biohazard, and then in Japan they titled it Biohazard Resident Evil. Because in Resident Evil in Japan, its original name was Biohazard. Like, so it's so cool that they just finally flipped that up. Like, it just showed, like, I don't know, I thought that was a really cool thing that they did. 40K, it was pretty awesome. I think 40K is the most metal universe I've ever come across. I'll agree with you with that one. 40K is the most miserable universe I have ever seen. Like, there is no happiness. Like, period. Even like the biggest form of happiness in 40K is just killing motherfuckers in mass amounts and knowing that you're going to get killed. Like, that's where you find happiness. Like, maybe if you're one of those big motherfuckers, the what are they called? You know, maybe if you're one of them, when you're like asleep for centuries and then they wake up and finally fucking kill everyone, like, maybe then you find some form of happiness. I don't know. 40K is crazy. Like, exactly. There's no room for empathy or kindness or anything in the 40K universe. It's just about like, hey, you're born into the world, welcome to hell. Like, it's just crazy, man. The bizarre quantum paradox of negative time. Is that the one where, like, there's a universe that they've kind of, like, shown that exists that travels, like, the time travels backwards? Because if that is what you're talking about, that was the coolest thing I've heard. Because that means my dad's still alive in another universe. Legend of Advantis. It's like a group of friends who have their own D&D runs. I have not heard of them. However, I have wanted to go. I've wanted to find a bunch of players on Red Dead Redemption 2 that would, like, get together and help me make a movie of Red Dead Redemption 2 off of the game. but do it online, so all the characters are original. But you'd have to have some people willing to be camera people, in certain scenes, so they would see it from the first person perspective, or from the cinematic perspective, and then you'd use that and you could edit it in and stuff like that and make a movie out of that. I always thought that would be a cool idea. The pyramids, I think, were built using a method of construction where they slowly built a ramp up each side out of like clay and concrete, or like what we consider concrete, but like very hard clay, and it would go up to the top, and then once it was finished, it would just be broken down afterwards. The Egyptians knew geometry and physics, and there were people back then known as craftsmen who knew what they were doing. We don't have a lot of them now. The machines do it for us. Fuck no, it wasn't magic. I hate it when people are like, it was aliens, rather than, it was brown people. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, no, I agree, Toby. There are multiple universes with multiple me's, and they've made, listen, there's no fucking aliens that have visited Earth. There just aren't. There's no reason why they would. In any place or reason. If they have the ability to cross the unfathomable amount of distance to get here and even discover our planet in the first place, they would see that we were at war with one another over a fake sky daddy, and they would immediately determine that there was no intelligent life on this planet, and they would move on. Like, it's not worth talking to us about trying to have some, like, entire world peace. Even if an alien was talking to us about it, someone would find a fucking way to shit in the apple pie. Like, most of us would be completely down with it, but then somebody would be like, nope, this can't be. And then the nukes fly. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not gonna make me believe the alien tech's here, dude. Like, maybe like really high tech, like Earth tech that they don't want you knowing about yet. But like, I can guarantee you, aliens ain't been here. Like, aliens have not been to Earth, man. Like, I know we want to think they have. I know we want to think we're important. But like, aliens haven't been here. We haven't seen aliens. We're never going to populate Mars. That's just the way it is. I've seen it, man. Is that the one with the missiles, like, bouncing off of the thing? Or is it the jet with the fucking sphere in the air? Because a lot of those are fucking weather balloons, or they're space junk. Legitimately. Like, there's so much garbage up in space. And I don't mean, like, metaphorical garbage. I mean, like, literal garbage that's been left behind from space missions and shit, and it's just floating around out there. And I've seen so many people say that, like, these pieces of garbage that are floating around around the planet are some sort of UFO or UAE, and it's not, man. I know it's HD video, dude. Like, but that doesn't prove anything. And the other thing, if aliens were here, why the fuck would they stay so secret? Like, why would they stay secret? They don't have a reason to. Like, they don't have a reason to stay secret at all. Like, their technology would be so above ours in order to travel the amount of light years to get here. Why in the living fuck would they try to stay a secret? They would be as happy as us to find another species in the fucking universe that like had the ability to communicate. Like, let alone trying to communicate. We'd have to communicate through binary done through light. Like, legitimately. 10010101110 fuck 1. You know, whatever, dude. Thank you, Kiki. I'm proud of my living fucks. Like, I'm just saying, man. For something to be airborne, it either needs thrust or lift via wings for Flight in space is not the same as flight on Earth. There is no wind speed in Earth. In space. There is no gravitational pull in space. Like, oh my god. Like, you know, TIE fighters, like, from Star Wars? Like, well, that actually comes from, like, it's a something engine. Like, the E stands for engine. It's like a something ingestion engine, and what it does is it basically it just builds up speed shortly over a long period of time. Even the closest anything could get to the speed of light would be 99.9% the speed of light, and you'd have to find some way to bend time around you in order to get anywhere doing anything as far as space flight goes. Like, as far as space travel goes. That's not even going into the psychological matters that have to do with being in space. Like, there's people that have been on the space stations that have literally tried to open the fucking doors. I know the video was on Earth. I've seen it. Like, but it wasn't a fucking UFO. Okay, it was a UFO. It wasn't a UAE. That's the big thing. Like, it wasn't a goddamn UAE. It was a UFO. Like, it was an unidentified flying object. It wasn't a UAE. Yes, aliens are real. To believe that we are the only life in the universe is unbelievably narcissistic. That's crazy. Let's say UAE is an unidentified aeronautic entity. Like, it's so it's a craft that we do not recognize as a world craft. UAP, there you go. Okay, I got it wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things unidentified. There you go. Unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP. So I would say that, like, UAP, it wasn't a UAP. It may have been a UFO, but UFOs have many times been shown to be weather balloons, to be test crafts, to be literally just an aviation experiment done by the Air Force Like they're I'm sorry to shit in the apple pie, dude, but like aliens haven't been here. They haven't. Like they haven't. In fact, like um yeah, Gazpraba's right on that one. Um yeah, it's just that like, UFO got used so fucking much. And like, when they found the alien like bodies in 1951 in Roswell, it really was a fucking weather balloon. Like when the CIA says it was a weather balloon, people are like, well, why are weather balloons made of tinfoil? Well, weather balloons are made out of not tinfoil, but a type of material that you see firefighters use that makes them able to handle high temperatures and high air pressure. They can handle it at amazingly high speeds, which is why planes see them and shit. Like, dude, do you honestly think that if aliens were here, that the government would be able to keep them a secret? Like, do you think that the United States government, who put Donald Trump in as the fucking president, would be able to keep aliens a fucking secret coming from our planet? Thank you. Like, dude, they would claim the aliens were liberals, for Christ's sake. Like, have a good rest of your. No problem for chatting. Always love it. I'm just saying that, like, if aliens came to Earth, that's literally history-changing news for the rest of forever. You know? It would be absolute. Bye-bye, Azure. Have a good night. Exactly. Dude, if you can cross the fucking universe to find a tiny blue dot of a planet, like also, like, what the fuck makes our planet so special that they would be looking for it? Like, seriously. There's so many other planets that they could get better resources from and deal with less of a headache than us. Like, they look at us and they're like, oh, they actually have weapons that could make them all extinct. I don't think we're ready to talk to them yet. At least that's how I would feel if I came across like a brand new species and they were already having war with each other and like had like species or like Earth destroying weaponry, where it's like as long as we're the last ones that lose, we win. I would I'd pass on that, legit. That's exactly what I say. The important thing of the universe is life. It's not necessarily human life. People call me a monster for that. That they'll say you care more about animals than you do than people. I'm like, well, animals are running off of a drive. They don't have any besides the ape family. They don't have like a grudge. They're just doing what they're told to do. But life in itself is what's important. Like, not necessarily human life, but life. I have 2 girl cats too, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, animals don't do stuff out of malice, and That's the big difference for me. That's the huge difference between animals and humans for me. Is that, like, although mustelids, like weasels and like badgers and wolverines and shit like that, they'll kill a shit ton of stuff, but they'll store it away. It's for a reason. It's sure they make it. It's so they make it through the winter. You know, at least that has a reason. When a human goes off and starts killing people, there ain't no fucking reason for that. Like, you know, it's not like you're gaining anything from it. So I can't blame animals for the way like, I'm not going to hold animals to the standards of people. You know, and but I'm not a misanthropist by any means either. Like, you know, I'm getting there, I'm not gonna lie, in a sense of just, like, not liking the human race, but or the human species. But at the same time, I say that everyone has a right to exist. You know, because you weren't given the chance to be put on this planet. You were born here. Like, so you have a right to exist here. That's the crazy thing, is people have a deeper understanding of morality and yet they don't use it. You know, that's the part that fucks me up. Like, it really fucks with my head that, like, humans have this concept of morality, and morals are subjective, I'll give it that. But there are certain things that are not subjective, that are like the concept of fairness, you know? That's something that, like, everyone, like, understands, you know, inherently. And, the key is, you know, don't let the fear get over on you. You know? Thanks, buddy. Take it easy, Doom. Have a good night or day. I'm not sure what time zone it is where you're at, but and, you know, be safe. All right. Be well and may good things come to you. But yeah, I mean, that's humans, man. We're apes, and apes are different. What time is it where I am? Same time. It's 11:04. So have a good night, brother. When I slip myself, but yeah, just who we are. It is. It unfortunately, yeah. Humans are inherently violent, like we have been since our inception. But we are granted the wonderful gift from evolution of being able to determine when not to do that. The problem is that, like, you still have psychopaths out there that are going to take advantage of everybody that, like, actually is a good person. Because, like, where they see, where anyone else sees goodness and, like, prosperity and, like, helpfulness towards other people, they see weakness or something to exploit, you know? But I think we have the ability to rise above that. Like, when I see the new gen coming up, it gives me hope for the future. It really does. The new gen, that, like, the little kids, the little ones, like, they really seem, yeah. The main things that human beings want is, like, fun, freedom, happiness, love, security. You know, these are all things that we want. It's just that stupid tribalism that we're born with, that us and them shit. Like, it's unbelievably like dumb. It's still caveman brain shit, and like yet half of the people still prescribe to it. You know, just because someone has a different melanation of your skin, clearly they have to be a different type of person altogether. You know, it's stupid. Well, yeah, we can be violent. The problem is that can be violent, we're too quick to go to, and that's an ape thing. That's not just a hominid thing. That's an ape thing. Like you can see that in chimpanzees. Like they do the same thing. You know, they'll take land, they'll rip proboscis monkeys to pieces and like just eat them and shit. So it's not just a hominid thing, it's an ape thing altogether. Have a great night, Darren. Thank you for subscribing. Very much so. But yeah, no, that's more of a hominid. That's more of an ape thing altogether, not just hominids. You know, because like I love it when people say like we're descended from monkeys, because we're not. Like, you know, monkeys have tails, and monkeys still exist nowadays. And people say, you know, if we're descended from apes, then why are there still gorillas and chimpanzees and bonobos and things like that? And it's because it's like, dude, they are at their evolutionary like top point, just like we are. It's just that for some reason our evolutionary point granted us the ability to have like the sentience of knowing that we're gonna die. Like, you know, that there's all this other stuff. What's up, Zoro? Dude, I'll tell you the same thing. I'm not tough. I've been through some tough shit. Okay? Like, some alpha bros would be like, yo, bro, you done some hardcore shit, bro. Like, but I'm not fucking proud of the shit that I've been through, you know? You know, the fights, the drugs, the fucking shit. Like, it's not worth trying to prove to the rest of humanity that you're a fucking man, like, by being what their judgment of a man is. You know, it's stupid, and we are afraid. Like, we're afraid of what other people are gonna think, are gonna judge us by, and it's a shame that yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, but society does judge the shit out of people. It's complete bullshit. Yeah, dude. I mean, you know, then, you know, I was on heroin for like 11 years, and then like after I got off that, I was on coke and crack, which is how I lost all my teeth. I also lost it because I got a baseball bat to the face, and that made my teeth loose. It cracked one of them, and then the crack just did the rest. But like by the end of either this week or next week, I'll have my implants put in, and I'll be started on TRT, and I'll be hopefully back to where I was. Like I'm really excited actually to get on testosterone replacement therapy, because I learned that like your testosterone level should be around 200 to 1,000, and mine are around 300, which is relatively low, which I imagine is from the drugs, you know, and the poor diet. But like but so they're starting me on the pills, because the pills don't affect your ability to have kids. It doesn't affect your sperm count or anything like that. So they're starting me on that for a 1-year plan. So I'm really looking forward to that, because hopefully I've heard from people the testosterone replacement therapy really helped them with their depression and their anxiety and stuff like that. And that's really what I'm looking forward to this for. Is to maybe this is the reason why I haven't had the drive. Maybe this is the reason why I haven't had the motivation. Is the hormone levels, So we'll see where that goes. I'm starting it tomorrow, so we'll see. I did perks for a long time, but here's a weird thing. When I was on Percocet, like, I was in control of my addiction. Like, my friends, like, my girlfriend at the time and my friend, they told me they were getting worried at the amount of perks that I was doing. So I said, PCP and perks isn't that hardcore, dude. But the Percocet, for a while I was like a functioning Percocet addict. I had a job. I was doing well. The PCP, I don't know. I've never done PCP. I've heard it makes you feel like a god, but I don't know. You guys remember the Mask of Zorro with Antonio Banderas? I do remember that. What I also like is that Zorro means fox, and my last name is Wounded Fox. So Zorro and I, we're like brothers in foxdom, Foxdom, man. Like, so, long live the fox. But, yes, I do remember that movie. It's fantastic. I loved it. And plus, Antonio Banderas is awesome. The guy that played Anton Chigurh, I can't remember his name, but I absolutely love him. He's amazing as an actor. He played Captain Barbossa as well in that new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But he's awesome, and he's Spanish. He's not, so he's from Spain. Did you know that the Z isn't a Z? It's a reminder of the scar he gave Don Rafael Montero on his neck. 3 men, 3 cuts. That's like really, really badass. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I followed Zorro when it was like on Nick at Night back in TV, like back when they were showing like the black and white episodes. Like, so I was a kid. I never really caught on to it. And then I learned that Zorro means fox. Like, so I was like, oh shit! We got something in common. Hell yeah! I like that. I can get behind that. Makes sense though. 3 men, 3 cuts. Although I think nowadays they'd be like slice, 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 in their vertical. But it's a good piece of writing on the writer's part. How do I make a Z to stand for Zorro? There it is. I'm like, oh, it's getting late here, guys. I'm gonna try to go grab a soda and a water and try to get being tired and go to sleep. Man. Yeah. Insomnia blows, man. Like, having a hard time, I hate it. Like, having trouble getting to sleep is the absolute worst. I hate it. So, I'm gonna try to go get in and have a drink so I can get rid of this cotton mouth and get to bed. Ben Kerr, you're late to the party, brother. I'm sorry. I'm tuning out right now. It's been a good time, bros. It's been a good time, ladies. It's been a good time to everybody. I will once again do a stream tomorrow when I do my morning walk. And I will try to... Johnny Cash night? Sure. Night to you too, Goose Rabba. I'll try to do some music performance tomorrow. But yeah. Alright, take it easy, guys. Much love. Stay safe. Be good. Like, bring good upon you. All that fun shit. Take it easy.